Tap tap. Tap tap. Narrated by Scott from Exuberant Knack. It is recommended that you read the story while you listen to it with headphones. Thank you and enjoy. Tap tap. Tap tap. Do not do it. Do not give it the satisfaction. Tap tap. Tap tap. Maybe this time it'll go away. Tap tap. Tap tap. I had to force myself not to turn around and look at my window. Eyes bore into the back of my skull, and yet the constant tapping was ever so slowly dwindling down. I could almost hear the frustration of the creature. At first I thought it must have been a tree branch. But a tree branch does not stand 4 feet tall and have it out for me. I focused in on my computer screen, trying to block out the sound. Music was ineffective, and turning on the TV only made it worse. I checked the time. It was 3:24 a.m. 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes and you are free, I told myself. The minutes dragged on, slowly inching toward 3:30 a.m. The tapping echoed throughout the room, vibrating through my mind. 3:26 a.m. 3:29 a.m. Right on cue, the tapping ceased at exactly 3:30 a.m., as per usual every day the past week. I sighed, and turned around to finally crash on top of my bed and get what little sleep I could. Relieved to finally be able to sleep in peace, I turned back and forth to find a comfortable spot. That was when I saw it. It was tiny, almost the size of a small child. Its eyes seemed unnatural to its body, too big and bulky. Its skin was a pale gray, and resembled stretched hide. Long, thin pieces of hair grew from random spots on its head. It had a permanent smile. Its rotten, jagged teeth pressed up against my window. It was standing on my windowsill. Its bony finger tapping on the pane, creating a sick rhythm. Tap tap. Tap tap. It pressed its stubby face against my window. I sat frozen in fear, eyes locked and unsure of what to do. It just stared at me, unblinking and unmoving. I shook in both terror and uncertainty. It began to tilt its head like a confused dog, still unblinking. A couple of minutes passed, and it still had not blinked once. Its eyes remained glued to mine, almost synchronizing with my clock on the far end of the room, drawing out the night endlessly, its god-awful tapping reverberating within my skull and filling my thoughts. Part of me wanted to get up and scream at it, but I was paralyzed. It just stared, and continued to tap. Tap tap. Tap tap. Eventually, the sun began to rise behind the tree line. The rays of light struck my window, and then the creature. It twisted its head around to investigate the source, and then turned back at me. Its smile widened at me one last time, and the creature vanished into the woods. Exhausted and terrified, I lay down in bed to catch the last hour of sleep I could. It would be a while until my body forced sleep upon me. The next night I prepared myself for tapping. However, it never happened. I drew the blinds, turned off the light, and lay down for a hopefully peaceful sleep. I let out a sigh of relief. One more night of it and I would have gone dash. Tap. I sprung up, my ears straining and jumping at every creak and groan of the house. After a few minutes, the tapping was heard again. Not tapping on glass, no. A deeper tap. It was the sound of finger on wood, and it was from across the room. It was from inside my closet. Tap tap. Tap tap.